Welcome to Philosophy's Light. Have you ever thought that taking care of the elderly could be both effective and affordable? It might sound unbelievable, but reality tells a different story. In today's video, I'll share 5 inspiring stories about seniors who have found ways to live independently and meaningfully through smart and innovative solutions. From community connections and technology to groundbreaking living models, you'll see that aging doesn't have to mean dependence or being a burden. Let's explore how creativity and human connection can bring significant changes to the lives of the elderly, offering peace of mind and happiness in their golden years. If you're interested in building a better future for yourself or your loved ones, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. The journey to discovering the true meaning of aging starts here. First, intergenerational retirement communities. Intergenerational retirement communities are becoming one of the most inspiring approaches in elder care. These are not just places for seniors to find housing, but vibrant living spaces where they share life with younger generations, creating a truly warm and connected community. Take Mr. James, 78 years old, a retired high school teacher who devoted his life to family and students. Since his wife passed, his once cozy home has turned into a lonely, empty space. While his children love him dearly, each has their own busy life filled with work, kids, and social responsibilities. Curious about how it would feel, Mr. James tried living with his son's family for a week, hoping it might ease his loneliness, but he quickly realized the generational gap. During that week, Mr. James felt like an outsider in his son's household. His children left early in the morning and didn't return until late at night, often leaving him to eat alone. Their fast-paced lifestyle and quick meals felt worlds apart from what he was used to: noisy breakfasts and simple, rushed dinners. Though he tried to adapt, he felt increasingly out of place and realized that this life might not be for him. Returning home, Mr. James had long, thoughtful nights to himself. He cherished his freedom, wanted to live his own way, and still valued his independence. Yet he knew he couldn't go on living in complete isolation. That's when he learned about intergenerational retirement communities, a model where seniors live alongside younger families and form a bond between generations. This idea sparked a sense of curiosity and excitement in him. It might just be the answer he was looking for, maintaining his freedom while still having companionship. With renewed hope, he decided to give this new living arrangement a try, aiming to rediscover the joy and connection he once shared with his wife and students. Right from the start, Mr. James noticed that life here was nothing like the quiet isolation of his old home. His neighbors included Mark and Lily, a young couple with 2 lively kids always running around. One afternoon, when he saw Mark struggling to fix his daughter's tiny bike, Mr. James offered a smile and shared a few repair tips. From there, their relationship blossomed naturally and warmly. Mark often stopped by to chat and catch up on life, while Mr. James enjoyed the company, savoring coffee and sharing simple stories. Mr. James quickly became an integral part of this community. Every week, families would organize outdoor dinners or movie nights, and the kids would gather around him, captivated by his storytelling. Their eager, curious faces made him feel valued and loved, rekindling the joy he once felt standing before a classroom. Here, he found not just a place to live, but a new home, filled with warmth and connection. Beyond the joy, Mr. James also felt the practical support from this community. When he needed help with shopping or moving things around, young families like Mark's were always willing to lend a hand. In return, he became a mentor to many of them, offering life advice and sharing his wealth of experience. He realized that life is truly a journey of giving and receiving, and that every individual has their own unique worth and purpose. Every morning, Mr. James attended the health checkups held at the community clinic. The healthcare staff not only monitored his well-being, but also remembered his name, asked about his day, and listened to his concerns, making him feel genuinely cared for. The community also had a rapid response emergency system, so that with just one call, help would arrive immediately, giving Mr. James peace of mind even with his children living far away. Lunchtime brought yet another pleasure. Mr. James could enjoy his meals at the community dining hall, where well-prepared, nutritious meals were served. Each meal wasn't just about food, but also an opportunity to meet and chat with new friends. Sometimes, children from nearby families would come over, filling his heart with laughter and warmth, as if his own grandchildren were there with him. One of his favorite activities became the yoga and Tai Chi classes held each morning. Despite his age, he joined enthusiastically, not only for physical health, but also as a way to connect with his peers. These gentle exercises helped him maintain strength and flexibility, and the sense of belonging in the group lifted his spirits, chasing away the loneliness that once lingered. He also took up painting and gardening classes, where he could freely express himself and share joy with fellow residents, adding a newfound richness to his days. When Mr. James needs to get around the community, he has access to transportation support, allowing him to visit the clinic, dining hall, or recreation areas without worrying about his health limitations. Sometimes, younger members of the community are happy to assist him with shopping trips, helping him maintain a sense of independence without relying solely on his kids. The intergenerational bonds are further strengthened through special activities. Every week, Mr. James and a few other seniors join a reading session with young children. It's more than just storytelling. It's a chance for him to receive joy and appreciation from the younger generation. Watching the kid's eyes widen with curiosity as he recounts his life stories is like having his own little stage, bringing back treasured memories and a sense of pride. For Mr. James, this intergenerational community has truly become a second home. Here, he finds not only safety and care, but also warmth, connection, and a renewed purpose for each day. He's not just receiving support. He has opportunities to give back, to share his wisdom, guidance, and affection. Most importantly, he knows that there are people here who genuinely care for him and are ready to lend a hand whenever he needs it. Each evening, as Mr. James returns to his cozy room and gazes out at the vibrant garden lovingly tended by the community members, he feels a deep sense of peace. His golden years are now filled with purpose, not in quiet isolation or loneliness, but in the smiles and sincere connections with those around him. What do you think about this warm, intergenerational community model? If you have any thoughts or stories about finding joy and connection in old age, please share them with us in the comments. Your insights could be a valuable source of encouragement and inspiration for others. Second, tech-enhanced home care. Sarah, an independent 82-year-old, had enjoyed a fulfilling life with her family, but as she grew older, her health began to decline, and she started to worry about living alone. Her daughter, who lives far away and can only visit a few times a month, was also concerned for her safety. That's when Sarah's family discovered an innovative solution: tech-enhanced home care. Once Sarah started using smart health monitoring devices, her life changed significantly. She wore a small, sleek smart wristband that tracked her heart rate, blood pressure, and even her sleep patterns. Whenever there was an irregularity, the data was instantly sent to her daughter's phone. This setup not only kept Sarah's daughter informed about her health status, but also gave both of them a deep sense of reassurance. Even with hundreds of miles between them, her daughter could care for her in a thoughtful and timely way. Sarah soon realized that this technology not only helped her feel safer, but also improved her quality of life. For example, her smart device reminded her to take her medication on time and to check her blood pressure regularly. These tasks were easy to forget, especially on days when she felt tired. With the device's help, she no longer worried about missing her medication or overlooking important health readings. Maintaining her daily routines became easier and more accurate, which boosted her confidence in her ability to care for herself. In addition to the smart wristband, Sarah's home was fitted with sensors in key areas like the kitchen, bathroom, and hallway. One evening, while heading to the kitchen, she accidentally slipped. Although it was a minor fall, the hallway sensor detected the incident and immediately alerted her daughter's phone. Sarah's daughter was able to check in with her right away and arrange support within minutes. Even though she didn't need to go to the hospital, Sarah realized that she was being cared for and protected, even when no one was physically around. More than just a health monitoring tool, tech-enhanced home care has become a special companion for Sarah. Each morning, her smart device prompts her to do gentle exercises, helping her stay flexible and prevent muscle and joint issues. This daily routine not only keeps her in good health, but also lifts her spirits, making her feel cheerful and active. Another benefit of tech-enhanced home care is the ability to connect with doctors and medical professionals remotely. Every month, Sarah has a virtual checkup with her family doctor. Her daily health data is sent to the doctor beforehand, giving a clear picture of her health without needing an in-person visit. This saves her time and money, offering convenience she hadn't experienced before. For Sarah, this technology not only provides excellent care, but also makes her feel respected and valued. The benefits of tech-enhanced home care go beyond safety. They allow Sarah to maintain her independence. She no longer needs to rely solely on her children for everyday tasks, and her daughter can rest easier knowing her mom has support right at her fingertips. With this technology, Sarah is living life on her terms, independently, confidently, and fully in control of her self-care. Sarah's life is no longer filled with constant worry about her health or loneliness in an empty home. Each day, she starts with the confidence that, no matter what happens, she has the support of technology and the love of her daughter. Tech-enhanced home care has turned her later years into a time of peace, safety, and hope. Third, hourly in-home care services. David, age 79, was once a skilled carpenter with nimble hands and a passion for creating. After retiring, he continued to live independently in the small home he built himself. However, as he got older, his health began to limit his ability to manage heavy tasks like he used to. Although his children urged him to move in with them, David wanted to maintain control over his life, keep his routines, and preserve his personal space. While he loves his family, David felt that living with his children wouldn't be comfortable for either side. Having always been self-reliant and valuing his privacy, he didn't want to become a burden or disrupt his children's routines. He was also concerned that living together could create unwanted conflicts, like differing lifestyles or his need for quiet when his grandchildren frequently had friends over. These reasons led David to stay in his familiar home and seek solutions that would allow him to remain independent without having to handle everything on his own. That's when his son introduced him to a new option: hourly in-home care services. Several times a week, a caregiver would visit his home to help with physically demanding tasks, like deep cleaning, shopping, or heavy lifting. This not only made things easier for David, but also allowed him to feel he wasn't overly dependent on his family. From the first meeting, David felt comfortable with his caregiver, Laura. She was respectful, polite, and only helped with what was necessary, without disrupting his routines. Every Monday and Thursday morning, Laura would come to clean hard-to-reach areas of his home and help with essential shopping. After her tasks, she would spend time chatting with David, listening to his stories about his woodworking career with genuine interest. These simple conversations made David feel like he had not only a helper but also a companion in his life. Hourly in-home care has brought David more benefits than he initially expected. Instead of feeling like he's lost his independence, he feels like he's gained the support to keep his self-sufficient lifestyle. He can still brew his morning coffee, tend to the small garden by his porch, and cook simple meals. Yet, with Laura's help, he no longer has to worry about heavy chores, which helps him avoid unnecessary risks and maintain his health for longer. One day, David experienced joint pain that made moving around difficult, and he thought about calling Laura for extra assistance. She quickly arranged to come by that afternoon to help with his personal tasks without him needing to overexert himself. The ability to get timely support without waiting for his family to come from afar made him feel he was still in charge of his self-care, without compromising his comfort or troubling his family. Hourly in-home care provides excellent flexibility for seniors like David. He can easily increase or decrease the care hours depending on his needs, such as during times of fatigue or when his health weakens in the winter. This flexibility allows David to keep his commitments low while maintaining autonomy and comfort in his own home. With Laura's support, David feels that his senior years are not about dependency, but a balanced mix of independence and assistance, bringing him peace of mind without sacrificing his freedom. The safety, convenience, and comfort in his own home make him believe that hourly in-home care is the key to long-term independent living. Thanks to this service, David has not only maintained his independent lifestyle but also found joy in having a reliable companion when needed. Above all, he doesn't have to give up his privacy or sense of control, two things he deeply values. Fourth, independent living with supportive services. Emily, 74, had lived in her family home for many years, but after her husband passed away, the house felt too big and empty. As her health declined, maintaining the house on her own became increasingly difficult. Although her children wanted her to move in with them, Emily wanted to keep her freedom and avoid becoming completely dependent on her kids. That's when she heard about independent living with supportive services, where seniors can live independently in their own apartments but still receive the necessary support. After researching and deciding to move in, Emily quickly realized the convenience of this model. Her new apartment was cozy and just right for her personal needs, designed for easy mobility and safe living. Each week, staff members came to clean and change her linens, so she no longer had to worry about tackling hard-to-reach spots or exhausting household chores. Instead of struggling to maintain a large home, Emily could now comfortably enjoy her life without stressing over daily tasks. One special feature of her new apartment was the dining service. Emily could choose to dine in the community dining hall, where the menu was varied and catered to seniors' nutritional needs. She loved going to the dining hall, where she could meet and chat with new friends. The meals were not only delicious, but also a chance for her to feel cared for and connected to the community. On days she preferred staying in, she could simply call for a meal to be delivered right to her door, a level of convenience she had never had before. Another thing Emily enjoyed was the freedom to move around the apartment complex, which offered many activities for residents, from yoga classes and painting workshops to book discussions. She soon joined the painting class every Wednesday and Saturday, where she could freely express her creativity, make friends, and share life stories. On weekends, the complex hosted movie nights or small music events, times when Emily felt she was truly living life to the fullest. Participating in these activities took away her sense of loneliness and brought her joy in every moment. Emily also felt more secure with the on-site healthcare services. Though she managed her own health, having nurses and doctors check in regularly gave her extra peace of mind. If any issues arose, the medical team was ready to assist immediately, ensuring she received timely care. For Emily, this was invaluable, allowing her to maintain her independence without worrying about health concerns. This independent living with supportive services became a perfect choice for Emily. She could maintain her independence without worrying about house upkeep or her health. The gentle support didn't take away her freedom, but instead brought her convenience and comfort. Emily no longer felt alone in a large, empty house. Instead, she had a warm, safe, and lively space where she was surrounded by community and connection. For Emily, her golden years are no longer about endurance or dependency, but a time of freedom, care, and the enjoyment of each meaningful moment. Fifth, home sharing programs. William, 81, had been living alone in his home for many years since his wife passed away. Though still healthy, he couldn't escape the emptiness that lingered in the house, where every corner reminded him of the life he'd shared with his partner. The long days felt endless, and although his children called often to check in, he still missed the daily connection with others. One day, his granddaughter mentioned a home-sharing program, a new model that allows seniors to share their living space with younger people, creating a life of connection and mutual support. At first, William was a bit nervous about living with a stranger in his own home. But after an orientation and meeting John, a young medical student looking for a place to live near campus, he felt more at ease. John was friendly, polite, and eager to learn from older adults like William. Embracing this model as an opportunity to ease his loneliness and build a meaningful relationship, William decided to give home sharing a try. In just the first few weeks, William's life changed remarkably. Every evening, when John returned from school, they would sit in the living room, watching the news or discussing various interesting topics. John loved hearing William's life stories, while William enjoyed sharing his wisdom and experiences with the younger generation. Occasionally, John would bring home new recipes he'd learned from friends, and they'd cook together, experimenting with new dishes. Sometimes, William taught John to make traditional meals he loved, sharing a piece of his past in the process. Beyond sharing living space, they helped each other with daily needs. John assisted William with physically demanding tasks, like carrying heavy items, fixing things around the house, and even going shopping. In return, William became a trusted mentor, sharing life lessons and advice whenever John needed it. Their relationship quickly grew beyond just sharing a home. They developed a true friendship, a rare bond between generations. Through this home-sharing program, both William and John benefited from mutual support and companionship. Thanks to John, William no longer lived in an empty house filled with old memories, but enjoyed a home filled with laughter and warmth. Additionally, sharing living expenses helped William save money, while John found an affordable, comfortable place to live in the otherwise expensive city. The home-sharing program became more than just a financial solution. It was a source of comfort for both of them. For William, it brought joy and social connection back into his life, making him feel useful and valued. For John, the relationship with William was a treasured experience and a source of wisdom that no school could provide. Every morning, as sunlight filled the room with cheerful conversation and laughter, William felt his heart warm. The home that once seemed like a storage of memories had become a lively place full of life. In his eyes, gone was the loneliness of past days, replaced by the peace and joy of living with a young friend. As we wrap up this journey through innovative elder care options, it becomes clear that what seniors truly need isn't just housing or basic assistance. It's connection and meaning in their daily lives. These modern care models allow older adults to rediscover joy in the small things and maintain an independent yet connected life. Here, they receive support but also have the chance to live with purpose, connect, and engage with younger generations, once again feeling like an integral part of society. For seniors, independence and freedom are not just rights. They are a profound motivation, a reminder that life still holds value and joy. At this stage, the simplest things, having a conversation, sharing laughter, or just being around familiar companions, take on a profound meaning. These moments help them forget loneliness, find peace, and remember that growing old doesn't have to be a solitary journey. When older adults can live in environments where they're free from societal or familial pressures, they no longer feel like a burden but like a source of inspiration, sharing invaluable life experiences and stories from days gone by. Giving, whether through care, advice, or a simple smile, reaffirms their sense of worth. For many seniors, this connection is the greatest comfort, a reassurance that they're still contributing to life, still loved, and valued. These care models remind us that old age is not the end, but an important chapter in the journey of life, a stage where individuals can slow down, cherish the past, and pass on their deepest values to future generations. A well-connected senior life, with proper care, becomes a time for reflection, gratitude, and enjoyment of life's simplest pleasures. Ultimately, caring for the elderly is not only a family or societal responsibility, but the highest expression of love and respect. Taking care of our elders is a way of honoring the generations who paved the way for our present lives. Each of us can play a small part in creating a world where old age is not a burden but a time filled with warmth, meaning, and sharing. If you have thoughts or experiences on caring for seniors, please share them with us. Your stories and perspectives help spread meaningful messages about how we can create a happy, connected life for our elders. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe to the channel to continue exploring more heartfelt topics with us. Thank you, and see you in the next video.